Hey, what's up everyone, Ollie here. So finally I have the PS5, let's go through the unboxing. So not too much on the box, just explaining, stuff about the PS5 and stuff, nothing too interesting. Once we actually remove the sleeve, we get a white box. This white box is very plain, just has the PlayStation logo on it. We can open the white box up to reveal what's inside, and inside we get another box within a box. This box actually holds most of your accessories for the PS5. In here we'll find some documentation. We'll also get the actual stand for the PS5. So this stand can be used to have the PS5 vertical or have it on its side, however you like it. There's also a screw included so that you can screw it into place. One of the reasons they include this is that when you have the PS5 flat on its side, it doesn't actually stay level, it will rock. So this stand helps with that and make sure it's level. Included is also a HDMI 2.1 cable, which you're definitely going to need, especially if you want to get 4K 120Hz. You get your standard 2-pin power cable. There's also no power brick. Everything is managed within the PS5. Included is a USB to USB-C cable. This is mainly going to be used to charge your controller and any other accessories that are USB-C as well. And then finally, we have the controller. So yeah, I was actually really impressed by the controller. From looking at it online, to be honest, I didn't think it looked that great, but actually having it in person and using it and having it in the hand is so much better than I expected. It fits so much better than the previous controller. It's actually really nice. I'm not a big fan of the color scheme. I would still like for it to be all black, but hey, that's just me. It looks great anyway. Thankfully, it does have a USB-C port. I'm really glad they moved away from micro USB. The buttons feel great too. The analog feels great. The D-pad feels great. I mean, the controller in general is just what you'd expect. It definitely feels high quality than the previous controller as well. PlayStation are keeping the trackpad for the PS5. And to be honest, I'm surprised they didn't sort of get rid of it because not many games even use the trackpad. I mean, I barely play any games that use the trackpad. You also have a speaker in the controller like the previous generation. You have the PlayStation button and you also have a new mic button. So the PlayStation 5 controller now actually has a mic built in, which I think is fantastic. It just makes so much sense to have a microphone built directly into the controller so that you can chat in party chats and games and things like that. But what's also useful with the mic button is that you can mute the mic straight on the controller without actually having to mess with any settings. The button to mute the mic is right on the controller and you have an orange indicator when it is muted. Now let's get the PS5 out and unwrap it. And boy, is this thing heavy. I wasn't expecting it, and it obviously is huge. From looking at it online and stuff, I don't think it really sort of portrays how big it is until you actually see it in person. I went with the disc version mainly because that's the only one I could actually find when I was pre-ordering. And yeah, with the disc version, you get two buttons on the front, the power button and the eject button. Above those buttons, sort of in the middle of the console, you also get a normal USB port and a USB-C port. On the back of the PS4, there's actually a lot of ventilation to make sure that it stays cool. But yeah, you also get the power connector, you get the HDMI port, you get an Ethernet port, and you get two additional USB ports. When it comes to the design of the PS5, I think you're either just going to love it or hate it. I'll be honest, when I first saw it online, and saw it when it was sort of released in videos and things like that, I kind of just thought it was quite ugly. But now that I've actually got it in person, I actually think it looks much better than I expected. And I quite like the color scheme, even though I would still like it all in black. Hopefully PlayStation do an all black version. Hopefully they start releasing black controllers and black side panels, because I would definitely like an all black look. The side panels themselves, I wouldn't say they're actually white. They're more of sort of an off-white. They have a very slight blue sort of tinge to them. I quite like it. It's got a sort of modern look to it. And hopefully over time, it doesn't yellow up, because white things do like to yellow up over time, especially if you have it just sitting on like a media console and it's not being cleaned regularly. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it fares over time. Now, when it comes to setting it up, I did want to highlight a few things. There is a cool adjust HDR sort of feature when you first boot it up. So if your TV has HDR, you can adjust the HDR levels to make sure it looks right, which I think is pretty neat. You get power options for rest mode, so you can set it for low power use or you can set it for optimized experience. I've set it for optimized experience because I want to make sure that it updates when I'm not using it when it's in rest mode. I want to make sure that my controller can also be charged in rest mode, and I want to be able to control it from my phone. So, if I see a new game online or I buy it, I can do it from my phone and just have it download automatically to my PS5. There are some neat privacy settings which you can adjust to your liking. So if you're someone who's really private and doesn't want anyone to see you online and share anything, you can do that. But if you're someone who's really open and wants to make lots of friends and have your profile very open, share everything you want to share, you can do that too. And you can do stuff in between. So yeah, it's nice to see that PlayStation have introduced these new privacy settings. If you like, you can also transfer data over from your PS4. So if you have any games or save data, you can transfer them over. Once you've set it up, you're shown a nice welcome to PlayStation 5 screen, and it should put you straight into your main menu basically. From here, you can see that you're in the games tab, and in here, obviously you can see your games, you can see the PlayStation Store, PlayStation Plus, Share Factory, and some other things as well. And quite a neat feature is that when you're over a game, you'll play the music, background music from the game. So yeah, if you have multiple games installed, it will play different music for each game. If you go to the right of the games menu, you get to the game library, and in here you can download all of your previous games that you've had on your PS4, which is very useful because I'm still playing some of my PS4 games and I can easily download them to my PS5 without actually having to go to the PlayStation Store, find it there and then download it. When you press the PlayStation button on your controller, you're shown another menu that shows up at the bottom of the screen. And along here, you get various different options that you can also customize to your liking. You get things like the game and app switcher, notifications, friends, music, and all sorts of other stuff. Thankfully, the PS5 does come with much faster Wi-Fi, and I'm able to get 200 down and 70 up with my router being in the other room. I have gigabit internet connection at home. And yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm most likely going to connect it up via Ethernet anyway. The actual settings menu is pretty much exactly the same from the PS4. When it comes to storage, you get just over 600 gig, which I think should just be enough for most people, because I think most people aren't playing like 10 games all at once. You know, you can delete games, download games whenever you like. But a very useful feature is that with PS4 games, if you're still playing PS4 games, you can just put them on an external hard drive and connect that to your PS5 so that you're not taking up storage for your PS5 games. So yeah, if you have a 2TB, 4TB, however size hard drive, put all of your PS4 games on there and then just connect that to the PS5 so you can save your storage on your SSD. Now, when it comes to the gaming experience with the PS5 controller, I think this is where sort of next gen really shines and where Sony and PlayStation have really taken the sort of gaming experience to another level, you can say, because the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller is just unreal. It's something which I just didn't expect. I've seen reviews and stuff online, a lot of people have been talking about it, but it's so hard to sort of explain what it's like until you actually use it yourself, because it really feels like you're sort of part of the game. Astro's Playroom is definitely a game that I think everyone has to try when they do get a PS5, because it demonstrates best what the DualSense controller can do. And yeah, it's just incredible. There's so many different sort of things that you can do in the game that really show off the sort of haptic feedback in the controller. The triggers themselves are what really impressed me. In Astro's Playroom, when you get the gun and you start shooting it, you can actually feel the trigger sort of just fighting back, and it's just incredible. And I can really see this being implemented very well in other shooting games and things like that, and having the sort of feel of each gun on the trigger. I think this is going to be an amazing experience once more developers start adapting it to their games. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the unboxing and first hands-on experience. I'm really impressed already. I'm looking forward to playing a bunch more games. Let me know if you guys picked up a PS5. Leave it in the comments below. Let me know which one you went for, whether it be the digital one or the disc one, and let me know your thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and thanks for watching.